Good morning, my dear people of Biafra. Good morning to the Zoological People Republic of Nigeria. This is your one and only Okute Daily Talk, bringing to you the news of today being Thursday, the 13th day of October in the year 2022. Here is the news in details. As the culture always be, we take the headlines. After that, then we will pick the most important ones to emphasize and interpret it to the understanding of every Dick and Harry in the country, Nigeria and Biafra at large. Here is the breaking news. Breaking news: Nigeria government swaps 101 imprisoned Boko Haram terrorists for the remaining 23 Kaduna train kidnap victims. This is where we are going to pick our news from today. So let's give a highlight to other headlines from nigernews.com. That is where the news is coming to you this morning. Why I was absent from PDP presidential campaign flag off. That is Ayo Makinde. On the other hand, we have El-Rufai, Adamu and others absent from Tinubu's meeting. Who knows their reason? Maybe they have turned to another wiki. Who knows? 2023 details of Tinubu's meeting with APC governors, PCC, new WC emerges on the line. We have a crisis looms as expanded spokesman calls on all political parties to drag Wike to court over executive order of 21. Elder statesman instigates political parties to challenge Wike's court executive order. We have 2023 Obi and Baba Ahmed shun Labour Party presidential campaign council unveiling. How can that be possible? Anyway, we will come back for the news, but let's take the highlights first. Latest political news in Nigeria for today, Wednesday, 12th October 2022. Governor Wike gives fresh political appointments to 28,000 persons. This might be a late night news, but you all need to be aware of this or what is happening in our country. Supreme Court to give verdict on Delta PDP governorship ticket in October of 2022. October 21 of 2022, sorry to say. Labour Party releases P2B Presidential Campaign Council, the full list. You can check it down on Punch newspaper or nigernews.com. 2023 presidential election, obedient movement beyond ethnicity, religion. That is by the campaign DG of Labour Party, Doyin Okupe. APC Abuja closed doors meeting to decide fate of presidential campaign list. Coalition raises alarm on alleged plot to remove INEC chairman. They are planning how they want to rig this 2023 election. 2023, Tinubu, APC governors and new WC hosts strategic meeting on how to rig the election of 2023. 2023 presidency, P2B is part of ruling class. Olabodiyan. I joined politics to change systems that are not working. Banky W. Imagine what obedience did to Atiku in Uyo rally. APC must not underestimate them. Femi Kayode, Adamu Garoba. So you are starting to compare. I thought you said the what did they call it? That obedient movement, they are dreamers. No, now you are confessing. Hungry man. This Femi Abifani Kayode. I have been bombarded with numerous calls. Ajo Male on Tinubu's health. Tell them what happened to Tinubu. National honor. Buhari vindicates my choice of picking Okowa over Wike. Atiku says that. 2023 presidential election. P2B reveals Nigeria's top priority. That is the headline we have for now. Until we got more headlines, So let's take the vital news of how the Nigerian government has swapped 101 imprisoned Boko Haram terrorists for the remaining 23 Kaduna train kidnap victims. At exactly 6 a.m. of Saturday, 8 October 2022, about 101 Boko Haram terrorists held in Lagos Kirikiri prison since 2009 were set free without persecution, according to a reliable intel obtained by the Family Writers Press International. The government called it amnesty, but it is actually a prisoner swap demanded by Boko Haram group. The terrorist group required the swap from Nigeria government in exchange for the remaining 23 Kaduna train passengers kidnapped by the sect of the 28th March of 2022. Recall that about 101 Boko Haram terrorists were terrorized by the Yaradua and Jonathan's government in 2009 and were transferred to Kirikiri prison, Lagos. Out of the 104, 3 died in jail, leaving 101. Those 101 were verifiably reported to have been set free on Saturday of last week. They were held up in both Kirikiri, maximum and medium prisons, but by available records, they have never been to court nor had persecuted either in Lagos or elsewhere since 2009 till date. Can you imagine what is happening in the so-called Nigeria or Zoological Republic of the country, whereby the people who are killing and maiming people are setting free, then the ones who have nothing to do with the politics of the Nigerian nor the affairs of the country have been the one in custody and in different maximum prison yards. That is the country we are from. That is the country we can call our own. How can this country remain, or how can this country improve if all they do is persecute the innocent ones and free the main people who are ought to be in prison for life? I weep for the poor. On the 29th, 30th of September and on the 3rd of October 2022, the controller of the Nigerian Correctional Service, Lagos Command Controller, B.R. Freeman, met with about 40 of those Boko Haram terrorists locked up in a Kirikiri medium prison. At the meeting, Mr. Freeman told terrorists that they should get ready to go, informing them that the federal government has granted them amnesty because of the upcoming 2023 election. That they should wait for further directives. According to our source, evidence of this visit abounds and Controller Freeman cannot deny it. After the last meeting on the 3rd of October 2022, the remaining 23 Kaduna train passengers kidnapped by Boko Haram were released on the 5th of October 2022 by the section, and for the government to keep to their own terms of the agreement, Controller Freeman came again to the prison on the 6th and 7th of October 2022 to finalize arrangements with the terrorists. The terrorists packed up their belongings, prepared themselves, and waited. At about 6 a.m. of the said date, the cells were opened and they were all set free. What a country we are into. The dangers coming 2023 is alarming, and I pray and hope that these dangers have nothing to do with the Biafrans, because Nigeria is going to be hotter more than as it has been in the past 7 years. Releasing 101 imprisoned Boko Haram is plus to the ones who have been terrorizing the country for many years now. And they held on to somebody like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is a freedom fighter, who have nothing to do with armed bandits, who have nothing to do with the election or selection of the country. They held him for how many months now without no good trial and without no fair trial. I weep for the poor in this country, because the people in us, this is a clear evidence that we are having terrorists as rulers in the upper chamber. I really hope that things does not escalate from the way it was now. If it happens, we will wake up one day or one morning to find out that Nigeria is no more. I weep for the poor, and I hope it doesn't escalate more than this. In the other hand, we are going to bring in the news of the PDP, People's Democratic Party of Nigeria. Why I was absent from the PDP presidential campaign flag off, that is Ayo Makinde. The governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, has revealed why he was absent from the presidential campaign of People's Democratic Party, PDP, on Monday. The news had earlier reported, and I quote, that the main opposition held its presidential campaign in Uyo, Akwa Ibom. However, the Rivers State Governor, Nyesom Wike, and his allies were absent from the event. The camp of Governor Wike had pulled out of the PDP presidential campaign council to press home its call for the national chairman of the party, Iyorchia Ayu, to resign. Governor Wike's camp had requested Ayu's resignation from the office over northern dominance in the key positions in the party. The aggrieved governors insisted that the presidential candidate of the party, Atiku Abubakar, and the national chairman of the party cannot come from the same region. This news has been on and on and on and on for a while now, and the person that called himself the unifier of Nigeria cannot unify a party of not up to 1,000 people, and you want to come to unify a country of over 250 million people. This your idea of unifying. I don't know who you are unifying. Maybe you think you are unifying dogs and cats and rats or chickens. Unify your party first before you can unify others. 2023 is not for you, Mr. Atiku. Go and rest. You have done enough. You have done more harm to the country than good. Selling off all the key investment that's supposed to provide jobs for the youth, and all those investments till today, till death, they are dead and forgotten because of your stomach infrastructure, selfish interest on how to make more money to invest in Dubai. Go and rest, Mr. Atiku Abi Waziri Alhaji, what did they call you? This your time is up. The aggrieved governor insisted that the presidential candidate of the party, Atiku Abubakar, and national chairman, they can never come from the same region, and that this disagreement that they made earlier on, even before the national convention. Makinde went out on Wednesday by the State House correspondent after the swearing in of Olu Kayode Ariwola as the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Why he was not at the presidential campaign of the PDP said that he needed to be in Oyo rather than Uyo. The Oyo State Governor said, I have been busy at home in Oyo State campaigning for everybody. Uyo is not where I need to put the vote together. It is in Oyo, so I stayed in Oyo. So here is the reason why he is absent from the flagging off of the campaign councils of the People's Democratic Party coming 2023 general election. So let us look into our own man who is the Labour Party presidential aspirant, Peter Obi. They are not him and his running mate, Dati Ahmed. We are not at the meeting when they are unveiling their campaign council. Okute News reports and gathered, and I quote, that the party unveiled members of the campaign council at an event held in Abuja on yesterday, being Wednesday, 12th of October in the year 2022. Also, the chairman of the party, Julius Abure, and members of the National Working Committee failed to show up at the event. What is their reasons? I don't know. But let's see what happens. While the event was ongoing, Obi, in a tweet via his verified Twitter handle, said he was attending the 52nd Institute of the Chartered Accountants of Nigeria ICANN conference in Abuja. I just arrived at the 52nd ICANN Annual Accountants Conference, P2B wrote in his verified Twitter. 2023 Obedient Movement Beyond Ethnicity and Religion, Okukpe, is telling the general public. The Director General of the Obedient Presidential Campaign Organization, Doyin Okukpe, has said the Obedient Movement has gone beyond ethnicity and religious sentiments. Okute News gathered, and I quote, report that the supporters of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party are known as the Obedient. Speaking on Wednesday during the pre-campaign press conference of the party in Abuja, Okukpe said the movement is beyond religion and ethnicity bias, asking the opposition parties to stop linking the movement to a particular tribe or faith. Of course, that is politics they are playing, so they have to find a way, one way or the other, to disorganize your plans. So you have to go ahead with your own campaign and let them be throwing tantrums from left, right, and center. Speaking on Wednesday during the pre-campaign press conference in Abuja, Okukpe said the movement is not for kids. So Okukpe asserted that the All Progressive Congress (APC) has shown that it lacks respect for Nigeria's religious diversity following its choice of a Muslim presidential ticket. They have plans, and that plans is what they are trying to achieve. But Chukwu Okiabiama will never allow them to succeed with such heinous crime they are about to commit, because they have seen us finish the whole Nigerians as a whole. They did not find any credible Christian to use as a running mate, because they have an evil agenda coming 2023. And that the agenda will have nothing, I repeat, will have nothing to do with the Biafrans, because we are going come 2023. So anyone that is trying to stop the Biafran not to materialize or not to come to pass in the year 2023 will have the God of Thunder to contend with it. So in the other news, we have, and I quote, Governor Wike gives fresh political appointment to 28,000 persons. Wow. Governor Wike, are you trying to bring almost all the whole states into politics? Well, let's see what happened. The appointment was contained in a statement by his spokesperson, Kevin Ebiri. The statement noted that all appointments are with immediate effect. Resume work immediately, or else you face the wrath of Nyesom Wike. The 28,000 persons are to serve as a special assistant for polling units in the state. Niger News and Okute News gathered reports, and I quote, that the fresh appointment comes barely 24 hours after the Rivers State Governor appointed 14,000 special advisors, as well as 319 ward liaison officers and 40 local government area liaison officers. Wow. The statement by Ebere added that Governor Wike also set aside 1 billion naira to support victims of the flooding in the state, including those affected in Ahoda, West, and Oba, Egbema, Ndoni, local government areas of the state. According to him, the move is to enable vulnerable families, particularly in Ahoda West and Oba, Egbema, Ndoni, local government, which are the most impacted areas in the state, to cope with the devastating flood water, which is inundated homes, farmlands, and forced residents of the affected communities to relocate to safer places. The task force in setup has been constituted to make sure that the government intervention is available to the affected persons. The permanent secretary, Special Service Bureau in the office of the secretary to the Rivers State Governor, Dr. George Nwaeke, will serve as the chairman of the task force, while Mrs. Inime Aguma is the secretary of the committee. In the other hands, and I read, other members of the task force are the chairman of Ahoda West Local Government, Hon Hope Ikiriko, chairman of Oba and Egbema Ndoni Local Government, Hon Vincent Job, Honorable Chukwuemeka Onowu, and the Director of Administration in the Ministry of Special Duties. A meeting has been scheduled for all members of the task force to meet with Governor Wike on Thursday at the River State Government House, Port Harcourt. Gathered all this news, Okute Daily Talk reports. So my people, this is the early morning news for today, the 13th day of October in the year 2022. Bringing to you live is Okute Daily Talk from Okute Daily Talk Corners. I wish to meet you again during the day because this is early morning news. This is supposed to serve as your early morning breakfast. As you listen, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share my content anytime, any day. Invite family and friends that they may be part of this good news or this breakfast that I have started for you people this early Thursday morning. I will come your way again. Bye for now.